Chodesh Tov. This week we are beginning to read about the building of the Mishkan. The first psukim in Parshat Terumah lay the two principles of how the Mishkan connects between Hashem and Bnei Israel. The first psukim say, דבר על בני ישראל ויקחו לי תרומה, מאת כל איש אשר ידבנו ליבו, ייקחו את תרומתי, וזאת התרומה אשר תיקחו מאיתם, זהב, כסף ונחושת, אורות אלים או אדמים ואורות חשים ועצי שיטים וכולי, אבני שוהם ואבני מילואים לאפוד ולחושן, ועשו לי מקדש. בני ישראל comply with this principle willingly. They are willingly giving from their possessions and from their skills to build the Mishkan. They do that so much that in the continuation of our reading of Parashot Mishkan, we hear that they have to be called upon to stop donating. In Shmot Lamed Vav it says, ויאמרו אל משה, בצלאל ואורי, לאמור, מרבים העם להביא מידי העבודה. And then you should tell them to stop bringing their things, and then the pasuk says, ויקלה העם מהביא. So והמלאכה הייתה דיים לכל המלאכה. There's a nice drasha by the Ktav and Kabbalah who says that Bnei Israel had to be forced literally to stop bringing, because if they would be willingly, they just heard the decree, stop bringing, they would willingly stop bringing, it would say, Vayikale ha'am lehavi. But the fact that the pasuk says, Vayikale ha'am mehavi, means that they had to be imprisoned, they had to be stopped from bringing. And they had to be forced to do that. So they were so willing to be part of the building of the Mishkan that they had to be forced literally to stop their donation. The second principle is the presence of Hashem in the Mishkan. ועשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם. There is the Mikdash, and there is the fact that the function here is that Hashem dwells within Bnei Israel. And it's clear that the fact that everyone has to participate in this building and bring from what they have and donate, that allows Hashem's presence to be part of the entire community. But there is a problem here, which the stopping of bringing exposes. It says something about the fact that donation by everyone's will also creates something in the community that can be not so positive. We know from Parashat Shkalim that we'll read in less than a month that when everyone of Israel brings machatzit shekel, that's an equalizer. Everyone brings the same, and that's also part of this principle of participation. But when it comes to the machatzit shekel, it's a kind of tax, and everyone is treated equally, and everyone can feel that they participate. But when it comes to the donations of what people have in their homes, their gold, their and the skills that they have, and they bring whatever they want, that can create inequality in the community, and so much so that that some people cannot be givers. They cannot take part in Hashchina, in the presence of Hashem within the community. And instead of givers, they turn into takers. There's a Israeli poet called Rivka Tanya Hadar Klein. She was born in 1947 in a displaced camp in Germany, and she passed away in 2014. and she was part of this group a group of poets called Mashiv Ruach, who write poetry, Israelis who write poetry that is steeped in the richness of Jewish heritage and tradition. And she writes the following poem. I'll try to send it here, and I'll read it to you. And she says about this pasuk that we just read, Uma eten et onyi et nivuli et bdiduti במקום משכן ואורות מועדמים ותחשים, משבצת את פנימי אחד אחד באפוד ובחושן. רבקה טניה הדר, the speaker in this poem, cannot be a giver because she is poor. מה אתן את עוניי, את ניבולי, I don't know how to translate that word, but I think the next word is most important. It's bdiduti, my loneliness. And because she has nothing to give, she says, במקום משכן ואורות מועדמים ותחשים, instead of giving the mishkan, instead of giving these covers for the building, I put within myself things that I take from the Mishkan, and that is משבצת את פנימי אחד אחד באפוד ובחושן. I think she's telling us in this poem, she's telling us two things. One is she prefers the human element in the Mishkan, the clothes of the Kohen Gadol, to the building part of the Mishkan. And she says that part of I cannot give anything because I have nothing to give. And it's not only material things that I cannot give. I'm lonely, and therefore I need to take power from Hashem's presence in the Mishkan. I cannot give anything that will contribute to it. But she says also something else. She says that part of the Mishkan that is the clothes of the Kohen Gadol and the ephod and the choshen, that are the part that through that every individual can connect to Hashem. That part I need. I need that part to be given to me and or be taken by me. And only if I do that, I think she says that I can survive. So she says I prefer the human element, and she also says that sorry community, I cannot participate with you in the giving. The only thing I can do is the taking. And the question is if our Mishkan can tolerate that. If our Mishkan has a place in it for people who cannot be givers. We know in our tradition and in our communities that we need people who donate and that we honor them and respect them, and that tzedakah is a very important value for our communities. Tzedakah for poor people and tzedakah for our institutions. We're talking about here more about the institutions, and that the fact that those poor, they don't want tzedakah from individuals, they want to take the power from the institution that they can't give to. And the power of that institution is in Hashem's presence in it. So the question is, if there is enough presence in our institutions, and we're talking here about the Mishkan, for that to work, for those individuals to be able to be takers and not only givers, or not givers at all. There's an interesting midrash in Shmot Rabbah that talks about, it begins with Moshe that was a shepherd. And then it goes on to talk about the pasuk in Tehillim Yud Aleph that says, Adonai behechal kodsho, Adonai b'shamayim kis'o. So it says two things, right? Hashem is in the house, his holy house, and Hashem is in the sky. So where is Hashem? And it brings two opinions. One of Rav Shmuel Bar Nachman that says, Mishecharav Beit HaMikdash nistalka shchina l'shamayim. Hashem used to be in Heichal Kodsho, but there was a Churban, and Hashem now dwells in the skies, not here. On the other hand, Rabbi Elazar אמר, לא זז השכינה מתוך ההיכל. The Shekhinah didn't move from the היכל, from בית המקדש, שנאמר, והיו עיניי וליבי שם כל הימים. Hashem promises Shlomo that his eyes and heart is going to be in בית המקדש for all eternity. That means even if it's destroyed. And that's why he said, אף על פי שהוא חרב, האלוהים לא זז משם בקדושתו. And even Koresh knew that, because Koresh said, הוא האלוהים אשר בירושלים. So he says to Ezra, אף על פי שהוא חרב, האלוהים לא זז משם. So Hashem is still in that home, which means that Rabbi Elazar believes that Hashem does not leave that space. I think that that's a good answer for the question that we posed, if our communities can tolerate non-givers, takers. And I think the answer not only has to be yes, I think that's the highest calling or the highest purpose of the place where Hashem's presence is, of the holy place. The holy place has to be a place which is in the center of our community, but and has Hashem's presence in it. And only if we allow that presence to work two ways, that we come there to gain and to take. And if we feel that we are completely empty, at least that the house is not empty. At least the house is full, and it can function as something that gives us strength and power. And that can be the only right function of building a material place where Hashem dwells. Shabbat Shalom.